Hello friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to be answering another frequently asked question, and that is about our children's salvation and what exactly a reprobate mind is and what the Bible constitutes as a reprobate. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the verse, and it's in Romans 1:28 through 32, and it says, "Even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all," and then it gives a diverse list of symptoms, we'll call them. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into this and go over the list. The first one mentioned is unrighteousness, and that is failure to adhere to moral principles, not in accordance with what is right or just or fair or upright. It seems like a few of them mention morals. So what a person's morals are is their standard of what's acceptable or unacceptable behavior according to society and what they feel is right or wrong. The next one mentioned is fornication, and of course we know what this one means. It means sexual relations between two people who are not married. The next one is wickedness, and this one had a little deeper meaning than I personally thought that it meant. What it means is being evil, which is what I thought it meant, and it also means a person who is morally wrong is considered wicked. A wrongdoer, a dishonest person, and a person who has bad morals. Okay, the next one listed is covetousness, and that is greedy, a strong desire for material possessions, wanting what other people possess. The next one is maliciousness, intending or intended to do harm, desiring to harm others, loves to make trouble, enjoys to hurt others or embarrasses, vengeful, cruel, spiteful, or mean. Okay, so the next one is envy. And we just read over what covetousness means, and it kind of seems they're interchangeable. A lot of people would use covet or jealousy or envy as the same word. Obviously there's a difference because the Bible has mentioned covetousness and it also mentions envy. So they're obviously two different things. To covet is to want material possessions. To envy is to envy a person. The definition of envy is a feeling of discontented or resentful longing brought on by someone else's possessions, qualities, luck, looks, wealth, the person. This is a deep-seated resentment towards that person for having something that you want, actually resenting the person for it and feeling entitled as if you should have it and not them. Okay, so next on the list is murder, and that means to unlawfully kill another. This can apply to killing their reputation. If the Bible says to look at a woman and to lust after her is to commit adultery in your heart, this is the same thing, and this is just using logic. To ruin a person's reputation, to slander them with untruths, is to be murdering their reputation. So next is debate, and that is to argue or oppose in verbal exchange, especially in a formal manner. Next is deceit, and that is to hide or conceal the truth or misrepresenting the truth with trickery, words, or actions. Okay, the next word is malignity. So malignity is the character of being or having intense ill will, spiteful, malicious behavior, or a malicious nature. Hatred and persistent desire to harm others. Okay, next is a whisperer, and this is one of those words that we know what whispering means, but when you look it up, the Bible definition of a whisperer, it has a lot more meaning. So it means to skillfully use words, soft or gentle speech, body language, hinting, a secretly expressed belief, rumor, gossiper, slanderer. That is throwing out bait to hint, to imply with your facial expressions or behavior, to give an impression that is not true. That is a whisperer. A backbiter, we all know what this one means. It means to attack the character or reputation of a person who is not present. To speak unfavorably of or slanderously of a person who is not in the room. Hater of God. This one's kind of self-explanatory. A person who rejects or totally turns against the Lord and what he's asking of us. Next we have despiteful. That's motivated by spite to hurt another. Hateful, vindictive, looking for an occasion for resentment. Looking for reasons to be resentful. That is despiteful. Proud. A high opinion of oneself, arrogant, self-promotion or lifting up, deep pleasure felt in one's own achievements. Next is boasters, a conceited or self-centered person, self-admiring person, a bragger or an egoist. And the last two we also know as a narcissist. Next is inventors of evil, evil things, inventors of evil things, evil people thinking of ways to bring more evil into the world through movies, video games, TV shows, music, people who are inventing evil things. Next is disobedient to parents, refusing to obey or follow rules or direction of parental authority. I'd just like to point out real quick, if disobedient to parents is on the list, that means children are included in those people who can have a reprobate mind. Now, I do not believe that this applies to young children who are under the age of accountability. That age is usually around 12 years old, but what it means is someone who is capable of knowing right from wrong and the depth of right and wrong, why it's right and wrong, and what the consequences of those things might be. Someone with that understanding is of the age of accountability, and obviously they can make the list of a reprobate. The Bible does not anywhere tell us adults to obey our parents. It says to honor our mother and father, but it tells children to obey. Okay, next is without understanding. It's kind of self-explanatory, but it has a little bit deeper meaning, and that is a foolish person without comprehension, failing to put facts together, using logic and reason, unwilling to use good reason, they're illogical, unable to reach and assess a necessary conclusion, unintelligent by implication. The next on the list is covenant breakers, and that is causing division between two parties whom have taken an oath or promise, taking a vow and not following through. So that could be a contract, a commitment, a promise not kept, obvious marriage, that's an obvious one. It is without natural affection. And there's a Greek word for this, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and try stergio, and that is a love for family. In the Bible's list of different kinds of love, this one is a love for family. So without natural affection, without instinctive love between family members, that right there to me says rad. They all have the characteristics of rad, but this one in particular, without natural affection, really says that this is going to be the state of people in the last days. Okay, next is implacable, and that means unappeasable, unforgiving, unsparing, relentless or unstoppable anger, non-stop aggression towards another, unforgiving, unable to be appeased, and holding a grudge. Implacable is also a that's a huge rad symptom right there. Next is unmerciful, and that's cruel or harsh, relentless, severe cruelty, extreme or excessive, showing no mercy, and not letting up. not backing down. These are all of the symptoms that we've gone through. I wanted to just go over them with you in case you question what exactly is a reprobate. And this is the symptoms of, this is the personality of a reprobate. And just real quick, if someone has been turned over to this state of mind, they have heard the plan of salvation, they have been given the choice and rejected it repeatedly. They've made up their mind, they've purposed it in their heart to stay this way. That is a reprobate. God will turn from them and not try to reach them any longer. That's basically what a reprobate means. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it answered some of your questions. Of course, I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.